The pets freed a real tiger from the circus, and now they don't know what to do with him. This is the movie The Secret Life of Pets 2, and after watching it, you'll definitely want to get yourself a pet. This cute terrier's name is Max, and he's out for a walk with his shaggy friends. Max sees lots of kids at the playground and admits that he can't stand children. When a baby appears in the family, a calm dog's life always comes to an end. Max hopes that this won't happen with his owner, Katie, but no such luck. She meets a nice guy named Chuck, quickly marries him, and becomes pregnant. Soon, a baby named Liam is born into their family. When he was tiny, there were no problems, but then Liam learned to talk and throw toys, and after a while, to crawl and walk. The happy dog life was over. But despite the rather rough children's games, Max and Liam grew to love each other. The little boy imitated his pets in everything, because besides Max, they also had another dog, Duke, and they all had a great time together. When Liam grew a bit older, Max decided to become his protector. The dog watched the boy's every step and worried terribly about him. And now we meet another fluffy character. This fat white cat's name is Chloe, and she wakes her owner up every morning. But meowing is just the beginning. Then come the paws, and finally, the signature cat move called "I'm about to throw up." That's enough to wake anyone up. And here is another character, a cute white rabbit named Snowball. He brushes his teeth and has breakfast with his little owner, Molly. The girl brushes his fur and dresses him in a superhero costume. When it's time for Molly to go to school, Snowball is left alone with the toys. They're boring, so the rabbit goes out onto the balcony and greets Max. It turns out they're neighbors. Snowball genuinely believes he's a superhero and dreams of one day saving the world. Duke tells Max that Liam is outside. Our hero immediately contacts all the animals in the city and asks them to keep an eye on the boy. The guinea pig Norman manages to do this. Liam is walking with his dad. There's no reason to panic, but Max still worries and keeps scratching. It looks like this little dog has serious nerve problems. Seeing this, Katie takes Max to the vet. While in line, he strikes up a conversation with a gray cat who seems to have some sort of psychological issue. There's also a hamster with a fitness obsession, an anxious dog, and a pair of crazy twin cats. Max comes home with a cone around his neck. He wants to play with his bee toy, Buzz, but the cone won't let him. A cheerful Duke runs in and tells his friend that Katie's family is going on a trip to the countryside. Of course, they're taking their dogs too. Max grabs his bee and rushes over to Chloe. He asks the cat to look after his toy, but she ignores him. So Max goes to another friend, Gidget. She's a pretty white dog who takes great care of her looks. She agrees to look after Buzz while Max is away. Gidget is crazy about the bee and even sleeps hugging it. She dreams that she and Max are husband and wife, and Buzz is their baby. The perfect family life. Unfortunately, the dream is interrupted when the bee accidentally falls off the balcony. Gidget tries to catch it, but the toy flies straight into the window of an elderly lady's apartment, and she has a whole crowd of cats. Naturally, the fluffy residents immediately claim the bee for themselves and start a real cat war over it, nearly wrecking the entire apartment. Little Gidget certainly won't be able to get Buzz back on her own. Meanwhile, Snowball is busy training, and Chloe is behaving like a typical cat. Into their room comes a dog named Daisy, asking Snowball to carry out a secret rescue mission. Our fluffy little guy immediately puts on his superhero suit and imagines himself as a comic book hero who protects the weak and defeats all villains. Daisy tells her story. She was returning from vacation and traveling in the baggage compartment with other animals. Suddenly, Daisy heard a suspicious sound. In a huge cage sat a real tiger cub. His name was Hu, and he was very sad and scared. After landing, Daisy saw Hu again. His owner turned out to be the circus director, a real villain. Daisy asks Snowball to free the poor tiger cub. Of course, our superhero agrees. Meanwhile, Gidget visits Chloe and asks her to help retrieve Buzz. The cat has recently had some catnip and is acting a little weird. But Gidget has no choice and asks her friend to teach her how to be a cat. That's the only way to save Buzz. Back with Max and his family, they arrive at a farm where they'll spend the weekend. Max and Duke eagerly look around. There are so many new animals here, including a cow that can pretend to be a dog. But most terrifying of all is a huge turkey. Max has to run for his life. In the evening, our heroes chase fireflies and meet the local sheepdog named Rooster. He laughs at Max and says he doesn't know how to raise kids at all. That night, Max can't sleep. He's not used to sleeping outside. Plus, there are so many unfamiliar and dangerous animals. Max encounters a vicious fox in the garden, but Rooster saves him and removes his cone. Our hero tries to be as tough as Rooster, but it doesn't go very well. Then, through a broken fence, several sheep escape. One of them wanders into the forest. Rooster takes Max along to look for it. They find the lamb in a tree on the edge of a cliff. The brave little one is eating apples. Rooster asks Max to save the lamb. Our hero is scared, but he conquers his fear, climbs the tree, and rescues the lamb just before the tree falls into the abyss. That evening at the farm, Rooster praises Max for his bravery, and together they joyfully howl at the moon. Meanwhile, Chloe is teaching Gidget how to act like a cat. She puts a headband with ears on her, attaches a tail, and teaches her cat wisdom. For example, never chase a ball, fall gracefully, and eat birds. Luckily, the last one is optional. It's much more important to learn how to cause little mischiefs. And Gidget is great at it. She sneaks into the old cat lady's apartment and is immediately surrounded by a crowd of cats. Luckily, they mistake her for one of their own. Gidget finds Buzz. Unfortunately, it's in the paws of a huge, toothy cat. Gidget grabs the toy and tries to run. Norman distracts the cat with a laser pointer. It works perfectly. What's more, Gidget proudly catches the red dot herself and swallows it. The dog then rides away victoriously on a Roomba with her bee. Now all the cats consider Gidget their queen and worship her. Victory! And what about Snowball and Daisy? They arrive at the circus on a scooter, sneak inside, and see the circus director trying to train poor Who with a whip. By the way, Who is just a wild animal, he can't talk. Snowball and Daisy see him locked in the cage again. He's guarded by a pack of fierce wolves. Daisy approaches the cage, greets Who, and bravely attacks the aggressive wolves. One of them chases Snowball. Our tiny hero narrowly escapes and even sends the wolf on a ride at one of the attractions. Daisy gets the keys and frees Who. Now the cub is free, but a new problem arises. Where to put him? Daisy and Snowball visit their friend Tiberius, a dog who loves training puppies and has opened his own private dog school. Our heroes ask him to take in the tiger cub. The dog is horrified at the idea. This tiger will destroy his whole house. But the little puppies love Who, and the dog reluctantly agrees to keep him. But only for one day. Meanwhile, the circus director notices the tiger's disappearance. On the ground lies a small flower that Daisy wore on her head. Using it, the wolves pick up the kidnapper's trail. Daisy doesn't realize this and proudly tells the other dogs about her adventure. The wolves find her and try to catch her, but the clever Daisy escapes. That same day, Tiberius returns the tiger cub to Snowball. In just a couple of hours, Who has wrecked his entire apartment. Then the crafty Snowball hides Who in Max's empty apartment. Gidget notices this. Now she's constantly followed by a whole crowd of cats. The weekend ends, and Max and his family return home. They don't yet know there's a real tiger cub in their apartment. Everyone is tired from the trip and goes straight to bed. In the middle of the night, Max wakes up and sees Daisy, Snowball, and Who. He's not happy about the uninvited guests, but there's no time for an argument. Wolves are near their house. Max tries to stop them, but he's no match. The animals hide Who on the roof, but the wolves quickly find him. Daisy tries to protect her new friend, but she's captured and locked in a cage. Now the circus director has not one, but two animals. Captain Snowball, Max, and Norman set off to rescue them. They're not about to leave their friends in trouble. Snowball contacts Gidget and asks for help. The little dog rushes to help, not alone, but with an entire army of cats, and with their crazy owner driving a car. Now that's a real army. The circus director gets on a train with his animals, but he doesn't get far because Max and Snowball catch up. Once again, the wolves attack our heroes. Snowball finds Daisy, but the circus director's pet monkey attacks him. The brave rabbit uses his best martial arts moves, defeats the monkey, and rescues his friend. The monkey is sent flying. Max manages to throw the wolves off the train, but then the burning monkey falls on him. He catches up to the train and jumps onto it from a high bridge. Now he has to face the circus director. Luckily, other animals arrive to help. They manage to stop the train, but the circus director won't give up and grabs a weapon. Just then, he's hit by a car driven by Gidget. Victory! Now they can go home. The tiger cub is taken in by Chloe's owner. Little Liam starts going to kindergarten. Max realizes that the boy is growing up and is finally ready to let him go into the big world. Snowball starts his own rap group. His performance is interrupted by Molly. She picks up the rabbit, hugs him, and tells him she loves him.